count it, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I don't think you got it, son. Kill. Monday.
Here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. He'll buy some time right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Let's put that team on the clock. And the ball.
Murray with a 3rd and long. That ball complete to Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals! Andy Isabella, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Connor on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. He'll try and run for it with Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Switch.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you, boy.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
31 yards there to 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good.
Yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Watch the clock.
From the 16, Murray eluding the pressure right. And the catch made by Johnson. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals 7, Steelers nothing.
Let's go. 18 data. Come on. So don't say nothing.
This one caught by Isabella. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. But now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 17.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On the double. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Watch the back. Watch the back. Play slow. Drive on. Under crunch. Shoot.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Damiere Byrd, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Yeah, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk with touchdown number 8 on the year. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Here's Bryant for the extra point.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
And it is now 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run here with counter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On third down, Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On second down now, it's Drake. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. On play action, it's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball. Can you get the ball right here? Let's go.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Hey, let's go. It's on the Snickers. Got to spin. Alert, alert. Check 52. Hey, Echo. Bring her, guys.
From the 40 now on second down. Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Check.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mostert. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
by the
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Ready. 70 ending. 98 to Mike. Watch the pass. Watch 98. Watch 98. Rip right. Rip right. Watch 98. Go. 98 to Mike. He's scared.
Play fake. Murray. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush. A lot of passes been an easy day for him.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This is Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running, it's Drake. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground with Drake. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Bryant's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on. And maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
Ready. Go. Son, I'm coming for you, son.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Know your job. Go. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. That's right.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Bandit. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Bang, 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 bang.
Murray now, third and goal. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
A 20-yard attempt.
The kick by Bryant is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Again, a run with counter. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Steelers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. On the return is Peterson. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Watch 98's the mic. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna let it go.
Right back to him on first down. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, Drake. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they try the right side here. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Shotgun now for Murray. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This one from 48 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Let's go. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, counter plowing ahead for about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. On 2nd down, it's Connor. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you.
They'll run here with Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Come get some. Come on here. Come on.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cardinals, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's